Beaverworx Diecast Racing, your source for diecast racing action.
Welcome back, Diecast Racing fans and beaver lovers out there. We are getting on with the mail-in challenge here at Beaverworx Diecast Racing and the Igloo Proving Grounds, bringing you the Stone Road Open, folks. And we are on with round 2 of the Group 2 cars mail-in challenge. And look at these beautiful rigs we got. Round 1 recap. We had Schotty, didn't quite make it down there. Bolo Brown made it upside down, coming down in the bug there. We had Rassidy, man, in the work truck, barely made it halfway, and then right when y'all thought the Stone Road wouldn't let anything go by, we had Dusty Miles throwing down a wicked run there. We're going up to the top of the mountain and let's just see some more. How's it going, everybody? Lance and Lester here.
Oh yeah.
And we're here with Dusty Miles' F-150 monster that just shredded the Stone Road on his first run.
His suspension showed a brilliant use of the junk drawer and produced a top runner for the Stone Road. That's just, look at this thing.
Top runner indeed. This build just upped the game for sure. Now, back down to you, boys.
Thanks for that from the top of the mountain. Lance and Lester hanging out with Dusty Miles in that sweet looking rig. And if you want to vote for the truck you think is the best looking one, you can do that over on the community tab. We got the F483 Landlines. Group number 1 is leading for that, and group number 2 so far is Dusty Miles in that F150, but Schotty's not that far behind. All right, enough with the opening stuff. Let's get on with Group 2, Round 2.
Run one.
All right, here we go. Round 2 of the Group 2 trucks. We got Schotty in that sweet-looking Dodge D100 from Neckel Racing. Here he goes. He's down off the line. He's a little bit faster this time, staying on top of it. He's digging through, and he's coming through. Just made it through the deep stuff. Wow, he's over the logs. Brings some with him, and is over the line with a 10.80. That is amazing. He made it on the second round. First round, he got buried about halfway through, but this time he did a great job coming down. Maybe I think the race shop took a look at that truck a little bit, but didn't do much to it. It was still enough to get down over top of the logs and into the trap at the end. Sweet looking build, sweet looking ride, coming out with a bonus distance of 15.5 centimeters after the finish line. Igloo replay, Schotty coming down in the D100, making it look good and holding on to it this time. He didn't make it on the first run, got a DNF. You look, that little rock popping up there, like boink. Anyways, down through the deep stuff, he was able to stay on top, just enough momentum, had the bottom flat enough to slide over top of all that, didn't want to get stuck on the logs, decided to plow right through them, and he is out the bottom. 10.80 time and 15.5 centimeters.
Run 2.
All right, Bolo Brown in that Bolo Brown bug from Miniature Car Racing is going to try and keep it upright on this round. Let's see how he does. All right, he's off the line. He's going good. He's up on top of it. He's getting some good speed into the deep stuff, and it bogged. He buried it. His suspension was too low. Still had those little wheel tabs underneath it, and it got into the deeper stuff and ate it. Doesn't really, look at her. There he's going down. He's got lots of good speed. You think that he'd have enough momentum to plow through that, but sometimes that bottom end is just going to bind you up. 94.5 centimeters is what he's going to get off of that run, folks. All right, let's checking this thing out in the Baja bug. Going down. He's got extra weight inside there, but didn't quite flatten off the bottom half. Sometimes you get those little wheel tabs, and they just bind up right there. He just had a couple more centimeters to make it out of the rocks and didn't make it on that run. 94 centimeters and a DNF for Bolo Brown.
Run 3.
Second run for Rassidy, man, in that F-150 Raptor from Chowhound Racing. Let's see how he does in this run. Going on down, and you can tell that paint job definitely makes it faster, right? Anyways, down, he's pushing, he's plowing, he's trying to force that thing down through all that aggregate, and it's just not doing it for him this time. He's bound up this time somewhere around, he's just a little after the 70 centimeter mark. We'll get a measurement for you there. You can see how far in that buried, the front end, and all that gravel. He's going down. He's trying to push through it. He's definitely giving it everything he's got inside of what's left of that truck anyways. And yeah, there it is. Official measurement. We got 77 centimeters for Rassidy, man, in that F-150 Raptors. Good thing you had one of them represented in this challenge here, and it's getting pretty loose there. You can see it's just kind of flopping around, body on chassis there, and he's pushing it through. He's getting, it looks like he's having a little race with the rock down the side there, and it looks like the little rock won. All right, there it is. Rassidy, man, run number 2 in that F-150 Raptor, gets 77 centimeters in a DNF.
Right 4.
Moving along, we got Dusty Miles. Now, he absolutely killed it in the first round. Let's see how he does in this F-150, the 78 older style, all jacked up on those great big wheels, and he's flying. He's giving her again. Looks like he slowed down a little bit, but he's through the logs, through everything. He's got a 6.54 time and just stuck the landing this time. Look at that. What a beautiful looking rig and an ingenious build there by Dusty Miles. Look at that, coming down, throwing it through the deep stuff, throwing it through the rocks, barely felt it again on that round. Gets a bonus distance of 23 centimeters. That's almost at the end of the scale, folks. All right, here he is, Igloo Replay. This thing is just beautiful to watch. Those wheels up and down, just bouncing and throwing the rocks. Just digs right in there, and the deep stuff slows him down a little bit, but it doesn't matter. And I'm telling you, that suspension is such a treat to watch coming down the stone road, out the bottom. Does a wicked run there. Dusty Miles again, 6.54 time and 23 centimeters. All right, let's get a recap of round 2. We've got Schotty made it down this second time, got 1 point out of that. Bolo Brown just didn't make it upside down this time, got 94 centimeters. Rassidy, man, got further than he did last time with 77 centimeters, but Dusty Mile again owns the stone road on that run, gets 4 points, so that means overall Group 2 final results, we got Schotty 1 point after he made it on the second run. Bolo Brown both runs upside down once, this didn't make it the second time, he ends up with a 0. Rassidy, man, bringing the work truck, and boss is probably wondering where that went, ends up with 0 out of 2 rounds. Then you have Dusty Miles. That is a perfect run, folks, just absolutely owned it with 8 points overall. All right, now let's go see where the overall standings are. We got Dusty Miles just owned the top spot and top time with 5.76. That bumps Landlines and Arlo down once. We got one more to the low points list with Schotty in the D100 and 2 over at no points, Bolo Brown and Rassidy, man, joining Puff. Looks like we're going to have separate screens next round. There they are, folks. Little preview of the Group 3 cars coming up. We're going to have the regular preview screens up and the vote screens up by the end of the week for those guys, because them are some excellent builders coming in again for the next group. Group 2, round 2 review, we had Schotty, made it all the way down this time. After he DNF'd the first round, we had Bolo Brown, looked like he was going to make it, and then got hung up in the deep stuff there. Rassidy, man, just, did the regular plow down through as far as he could make it, and then, of course, Dusty Miles just rocked the track again. All right.
Lance here with Lester and Dusty Miles, the current Stone Road truck to beat.
And Schotty in the D100, the only other Group 2 vehicle to make it to the bottom, so he gets the second spot.
Dr. Dodge is becoming a permanent vendor here at the Igloo Proving Grounds. I'm not sure why I had to mention that.
Because the stuff that comes out of that RV setup is amazing, and good on the brass for setting up that yummy deal.
That is definitely it. There you have it, the 2 advancing vehicles from Group 2, Dusty Miles from Milestone Racing.
And Schotty from Neckel Racing in that Dodge D100. All right, back down to you, voice.
Thanks for that from the top of the mountain. Hanging out with the 2 advancing vehicles, it's going to be Dusty Miles and Schotty in the D100 and the F-150. Moving on to the next round. This episode has been brought to you by the Beaverworx Race Shop, and through all of this, we have still been hammering out the vehicles, getting them in the mail, sending them out to the respective tracks around the world. Keep your eyes out for any Beaverworx vehicles from the race shop. And there's a lot of super cool tracks out there with a lot of super cool builders. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and there's like love button, all sorts of stuff over there. We've got Facebook, we've got the TikTok. Great ways to get a hold of the channel and check out for updates. But in the meantime, that's wrapping it up for this one from Beaverworx Diecast Racing. We will see you next time.